Come on, you guys, let's show 'em how to party Ponyville style. Come on, you guys, let's show 'em how to party on the go.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Canterlot Voice, Canterlot.com's one and only podcast. This is Tankant speaking and hosting for today, and I'm honored to have two guests joining me for this episode, Quicklime and Ping111.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, double guest.
The guests have been doubled.
Exactly.
Huzzah!
Yeah! Ping, we had you on, I remember in episode 8 of the podcast, so I thought, since we're going to be doing an episode review in this podcast, I'm like, who can talk and make sense at the same time? And I'm like, oh wait, Ping! I'll get Ping on. And then I bumped into Quicklime down the hall. I'm just like, hey Quicklime, want to do the podcast? And then she's like, yeah!
Yeah, sure, whatever. I got nothing better to do.
Exactly. I'll waste my life with you losers, sort of thing.
For like 10 minutes, yeah. You got the line's attention. So.
10 minutes. Okay, let's do this. The featured artist for today is our very own Nemi. Nemesis Pony. I gotta say, his art unique, and he's improving every day. I don't know if you guys follow him on DeviantArt, if anyone else does.
I really like his art. It's a bit linear for my taste, but the coloring is nice, and the shading is very good, and his Twilight bath picture has a very nice steamy effect to it, so I could buy that the water's steaming. He's very good at effects in the background.
But the way he illustrates the shapes is sort of like curved, if you notice. It's like,
Yeah.
sort of very curvy.
Yeah, I rather like his request for Starburst one because the cloud just looks so soft and fluffy and I want to squeeze it.
Today, we got two threads I'd like to talk about. Pinkamena Diane Pie song by Ellison. She's a new member on the forum. I'm not sure, have you guys listened to the song? It is a very, very, very pleasant song. It really made me happy. I had the song stuck in my head. Very well sang. So I'll give a shout out to Ellison. You did a good job.
Ken, why don't you sing a few bars of it for us?
Yeah.
I can't sing.
Come on.
No, you
Come on.
kidding me? Maybe we'll get Ellison to do the song sometime
Yeah.
when she comes on.
That would be awesome. Live podcast. Allison, call us.
Now, Ping, you made an Ask thread recently.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Yes, and that's in the creative thread section.
I don't really understand why, because there are billions of others like it.
I know, but this is favoritism, people. He's a guest. Ping is a guest on, so I had to choose this thread. Plus, actually, I'm giving it a shout out, really. It's more of a shout out.
I'd say it's more of a name drop.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a name drop.
If you guys want to ask Ping any sort of questions relevant to real life or not, like riding a moose to school, that's pretty relevant. That's what I asked. And I was gonna say... Well, I did ask him.
Oh my god!
Come on. Anyways, so like I said, if you got any questions you want to ask, yes, actually there are many people. This might be a shout out to all Ask threads, because there's a lot of people in the spam stables who posted Ask threads. It's fun. It is fun.
I even have my own Ask thread, so.
Oh, really? Wow. Do you guys want to conduct the interview now or later
Yeah,
on?
sure.
No,
Interview now.
Sweet. Okay.
I want it now!
I want it now.
Okay, so let's first establish favorite pony.
Well, I've compartmentalized everything. Like I have a favorite pony for every circumstance. But I guess my favorite pony, as in an equine, would probably have to be Lyra, but that's probably because she's in one of my favorite fics. Background Pony. I'm totally name dropping here, but go on FimFiction, check up the Background Pony. It's 400k words, so it's a long read, but you will have so many fields you won't know what to do with them. It's a fantastic fic.
Oh, I can't hold all these feels. Let me guess, it's like a Lyra sympathy story?
Basically what happens is Lyra has this curse where if you stop focusing on her, meaning you can't hear her voice, you can't see her, and you're distracted, you will totally forget who she is. So all she has left to hang on to is a series of cursed songs, and so she needs to find her way out of the curse. It's a great book. Great, great.
Cool. Nice. So check that out, guys, if you'd like. Sounds pretty interesting, in my opinion. And Quicklime, who's your favorite pony?
It'd have to be Queen Chrysalis. She's my favorite, and she totally counts as a pony.
Well, yeah, she does. So, why do you choose Chrysalis out of none of the protagonists?
For one, she totally kicked Celestia's flank. She was smart enough and strong enough to pretty much fool the entire realm of Equestria, save for Twilight Sparkle. But my favorite character in the entire show would have to be Discord.
I agree.
Discord is the best. So.
Nice.
Because
I'm a villain sympathizer. So.
I noticed.
Forget his abilities, forget his drawing, forget his animation. John
His voice.
Delancey.
Disc Q-Ord.
Pretty interesting choices. So, okay. So, what about the main six then? Do you guys have a favorite?
Out of the main six, my favorite is a tie between Applejack and Twilight. Least favorite, of course, being Pinkie Pie.
Oh, no way! Really?
I can't really stand Pinkie Pie. She has her moments, but the rest of the time, I really don't like her.
Aw.
Rarity is a third. It goes Applejack, Rarity, Twilight.
I still choose Twilight Sparkle because she's an introvert and a genius, like myself. Yes, she is purple.
that was Levine's answer.
Yeah.
So Levine, why do you like Twilight? She's purple.
He's purple. It's like that is a good reason. But
Yeah, and
because she's a reader, basically, sort of like a reader.
she loves books,
Yeah.
and
Intelligent.
and she's smart. Yeah, but also I did some more research into Tara Strong. Turns out she had a very similar childhood to mine. Because she grew up speaking English and French as I do.
She was a Canadian boy.
Oh, you said boy, and so it turns out that she was in a Jewish folk choir, and that's what I'm in right now.
Oh.
And then I found out that she was the voice to my entire childhood. Like,
Yeah.
She was Bubbles.
Bubbles.
yes,
Powerpuff Girls was one of the first shows I honestly consciously remembering.
Anyways, moving on. So, favorite episode, guys?
The one where Rarity has her first song, The Art of the Dress. Because for one, Rarity is in it and her singing voice is fantastic. And for two, Hoity Toity is in it and he is one of my favorite background ponies. I'm actually applying for him, so I can't wait to actually be able to play as him. So.
Hoity toity, yes. So what about you, Ping? What's your favorite episode?
if not Return of Harmony, meaning this season 2 premiere, because
oh my god, that was awesome.
Because Discord, and also I'm very fascinated with polarity, because I like seeing the direct opposite of things. So like I like seeing the opposite of a month, the opposite of a number. I love opposites. Just seeing how all the main six reacted to having their special talents taken away and their sort of elements taken away, and how they managed to conquer it.
What's your favorite section of the site?
Roleplay section, of course. I have over 30 characters, so that is where I spend most of my time.
30? Wow.
I have over 30. I think I have the most roleplay characters on Canterlot. Second, maybe only to Mojo.
Wow.
Who, as you know, plays Granny Smith and Uncle Applestrudel and...
You get a medal. So you're quite an avid roleplayer. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's my thing on Canterlot.
So, Ping, do you roleplay much?
Yeah, I have two characters. My baby Maple. Yes, my baby. and the most fabulous Stephen Magnus.
Fabulous. First of all, like, which is your favorite OC? Like, which do you guys use the most, sort of, or do you enjoy using the most?
Oh, that's a hard question, considering as I said, most of my characters are OCs, but it's seriously a tie between my newest character, whom is in a Ask blog, Harvest Moon, and Cashmere.
What would be the guide to sort of making a successful roleplay? Like, if I were to want to start, for example.
One, you need a very good character to start with. That means taking time to listen to the help staff when they try to help you with the application. And the second thing, of course, is having a decent plot. If you have a good story to start with, or a good idea, the roleplay flows much better than just, oh, I'm just going to do whatever. And also, if you don't want a bunch of people ruining your thread because they think it's fun to just go in and mess up a set idea, that's what private threads are for.
Ah, private threads.
2 or 3 or 4 people just doing a storyline together. Well, if an open roleplay is anything goes, you're going to have to take the good with the bad.
Take the risk, basically.
Role-playing is basically telling a collaborative story. You have to rely on other people's posts to move the story along. It's also a very good creative exercise. I can honestly say, due to me role-playing as much as I do, I got amazing grades in high school because my writing.
Very, very strong point. Guys, whoever wants to start doing roleplay but isn't so good at typing, just roleplay anyway.
No. Get better at typing first. And
No,
then
learn to type. Learn to type.
Wait, no, because I have to admit, I'll tell you how I roleplayed in this old site I used to be. I used to roleplay as a Star Wars character from a video game, Star Wars video game. His name was HK-47, and, you know, he's a robot, and he's got awesome grammar. And my typing wasn't that good in the first place. I mean, I didn't really go to good schools. But just like you, Quicklime, my grades got sort of better because I would sit all night role-playing and thinking of how to spell words, how sort of this robot would speak in proper sentences.
Yeah, well, most people don't do that, Tin Can. Most people who get into role-playing and are lazy type one sentence, and it's normally something like, me walks up to Pony, hi, I are Twilight's big brother.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
My special talent is that I are smarter than Twilight Sparkle in every way, shape, and form.
And yet, Twilight Sparkle has crush on me.
I'm also an alicorn, and I'm destined to rule once Celestia dies.
Yeah, I guess there's some very rare occasions, I guess. Everyone has their own story. What makes a fellow a good role player?
Paying attention. The main thing to being a good role player is reading other people's posts. Do not skim. You read them so you can respond correctly. I've had many threads where I've left because they absolutely have just skimmed over my post and don't actually acknowledge it in any way, shape, or form. That's a terrible thing to do. It's rude.
Yeah, it is rude, yeah. What's your favorite muffin?
Coffee cake muffin.
Oh, coffee cake. I think someone once gave the same response, coffee cake. And I remember my response was, I wonder if it tastes good if it's cold.
Oh yeah, they taste very good when they're cold. Coffee cake muffins do not actually taste like coffee. They taste like a nice cake that you would enjoy with your coffee. And they tend to have frosting on top. So, hello? Frosting?
Exactly, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, go eat one.
And Ping, what about you? What's your favorite muffin?
My favorite muffin would probably have to be a carrot cinnamon one.
Ooh.
Carrot cinnamon. Oh yeah, I think you already said once, carrot cinnamon.
Yeah. Ping's already been on here, remember?
Yes! But it's still worth mentioning anyway, carrot cinnamon. It's more original than chocolate chip. I'll stand by my view that chocolate chip, although I chose it already, I sort of like different answers than chocolate chip, because everyone eats that, and it's just...
I said my original muffin choice would be a gack muffin with floam on top, but
And
This
I
is a
said
gag
no.
free zone. No, God, no.
No gack, no floam, please. Quicklime, you seem to know a lot about role-playing. There's a section here with 3 titles in the show notes. What's that all about?
those are 3 threads right now that are currently very popular and active. Classes in session, which is still open. If you have a foal that is in the Ponyville area, feel free to join in on that. We've got Brian Blackberry in it, and as well as several other canons for the show in there as well. So if that's your type, then join in. The second is a country field trip, which is very similar to the class is in session. However, it takes place in Philadelphia, or I think. I forget. It's a field trip.
Yay, field trip.
So far, we have had a gaggle of chickens escape and a apple tree get set on fire.
Wow.
All the fault of the same pony. And we're all looking at the same one. Haywire. Who brings firecrackers to a field trip? And the last one is a mini event. Photo Finish is looking for a new assistant, and she's gathered the best throughout all of Equestria, and there's only 9 left. Who will win and become their assistant?
Sounds interesting. I saw on Daffroth's signature.
Ping has a character in it, and so do I. I have Cashmere in it, and he has a Stephen Magnet.
The sea serpent in all of Equestria, Stephen Magnet.
Stephen Magnet? How's he out of the water?
We had to flood the studio so that he could move.
What a jerk. Stephen Magnet. He could have stayed in the sea.
Some of the characters actually have history with Photo Finish. Cashmere, for example, has been bombarded by her personally in his salon before because she wants to use his bag as bags on her models. And she actually made him model temporarily, which was not fun for him, considering. She's like, we go! And then she tries to drag him off. He's like, oh no, I'm trying to work, woman.
Yeah, I don't know any sort of model who sort of enjoys working under such a boss.
The judges are all canon. We have, of course, Photo Finish herself. We have Sapphire Shores, played by Dunes, and also Picture Perfect, played by Chapin. Chapin. Yeah. It's a very interesting, I mean, it's not open, but you are all very welcome to read it and to watch.
Sounds fun. Especially if Stephen
is.
Magnet's in it. I mean, come on, a giant sea serpent wants to be an assistant of a pony. It's like, it's funny, you know? Someone as giant is as powerful as him, and it's like, it's just because of his, soft heart. He's like, I want to be a photo assistant.
Yeah.
Anyways, it sounds like a really fun role-playing session. So I guess it's worth reading. But yeah, thanks for that, Quicklime, and giving us a little input about what's going on in the role-playing world. The new episode.
Oh boy.
Yep.
It was so fun. I mean, I really didn't think fun. It was so epic. Like, I just woke up in the morning, I saw the episode, and it just brightened up my day.
It didn't do much for me simply because it was a Pinkie Pie episode, but I did like that she had some serious character development in it. And did anybody else notice that at the end they used Tom to plug the hole?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, poor Tom. Was Rarity in that scene?
No.
Oh, I'm betting
she couldn't handle the heartbreak. And some other memorable moment mentions are Rainbow Dash reading a
Daring Do
book, and of course Rarity with a fabulous short hairdo.
Yeah.
That was great. She looked really great in that.
Oh, she did. She looked fabulous, as always.
Yeah, more of the Apple family. Sort of references to fan talk. I mean, like Pinkie Pie getting fingers for a second.
And of course, don't forget that iconic moment where she makes her head look like
G3.
Gen 3.
But yeah, it did sort of build up her character more. Like,
Sad
Just a
Pinky.
little bit.
yeah, she was crying even, and she sort of, I'm betting, learned a lesson to sort of take a chill pill sometimes, you know?
Either way, it was a very good episode, and it gives me very high hopes for the rest of the season, because if you just looked at it by itself, you could still think that it would fit in season 2 or season 1. That's how well written it was.
Exactly. Because
However,
yeah.
I'm going to have nightmares now, both of the face and the fact that she made herself grow fingers. Ugh.
Messed up.
That's like,
How is that even possible?
It's Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie, in this episode, the fourth wall was not broken. All of the walls.
The walls are closing in! Stop! Ah!
Exactly.
We're outside.
What walls, Pinky? What are you talking about?
We're
We're
outside.
outside.
Fluttershy was funny in this one. Who's Applejohn?
Applejaw. Applesauce.
Shadowfly. Crying Pinky, very sad.
Oh.
It's like seeing a clown cry. It's just depressing.
That's a good way of saying it, but it was sad. She's a person. She's nice.
No, she isn't. She's a pony.
Well, the ponies are pretty
Yeah,
people.
that's honestly the first time I've ever seen Pinkie cry over possibly never seeing her friends again.
I'm all positive with this episode. I loved it. I loved all the references. The animation was smoother. It was hilarious. Did you guys spot what some of the Pinkies were doing? Like one bouncing on her rump the whole time, like a bouncing ball.
Just spinning in circles.
The bouncing on the rump, it just made me laugh. It's like, what are you doing? It's just so funny.
Her
Oh, yeah.
tops are made out of rubber. Her bottom is made out of springs. She's bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. The one most wonderful thing about Pinkies is, oh, wait, there's way more than one.
Where do you get that from?
That's
Silent
the
fun.
Tigger theme.
Silent fun. Wee.
Oh, that was epic. That was so funny and weird. Honestly.
It's really the perfect voice actor combo because Andrea Libben plays both Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, so she can really pull off the whole being quiet thing.
I'd like to give out 2 shout-outs. One, of course, is to Levine Moonlight, whom, if you haven't met him yet, you probably will if you spend any time in the creative section. He has been doing awesome, commission-worthy art pieces for free on request for months now. And he has been a great friend to me, and he, whether he wants to admit it or not, is a fantastic artist. The second shout-out, of course, is to the Roleplay Help staff. I know they've had a bit of a rocky time because Maine has been busy and Rabiku has been busy, but they've done an amazing job at keeping the roleplay both clean and the consistency of characters very, very well. They've been stamping and moving things, and they've been working very hard on making any new elements of the show that are canon-wise usable into the current roleplay. Like, they're still debating on whether or not we'll get to app Crystal Ponies. Like, Phil the Time Wizard's been working on it, and Mainstream, and of course Rabiku Scratch, as I mentioned, Steel Eagle. All of those people are working their butts off to make sure this site stays enjoyable and fun. So, props.
Ping, you got any shoutouts?
Other than one very facetious one.
Facetious.
Facetious, joking.
Facetious. Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Noctrix for
Noctrix.
finally posting his face. He's adorable.
Running behind the computer, a place where you post your profile pictures,
Your IRL picture.
your IRL self, and I'm guessing you're giving a shout out to his picture, Ping.
Yes, he is beautiful.
He is quite the handsome man, I guess.
I say,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, what I have to deal with.
Anyways, so that's Ping's shout out, and my shout out would be a big thank you to everyone who's listening. everyone who's ever listened to the podcast and who's given us your feedback about what you think. We're still open to feedback. We're still open to comments. Whatever. Don't be afraid. Just be honest about what you think, what we think we should improve. And I love you guys. I thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for having me, Tech, and I hope I get to be on here again. I have a very big interest in being of any assistance possible, so let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Gee, thanks, Quicklime. Thanks. I really appreciate it. And it's been a pleasure, really, having both of you guys, Quicklime and Ping, on as guests. Anyway, on that note, I want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast, and thank you too for joining me.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Can't wait for the next episode, everybody.
Okay.
Signing out.
Bye, Canterlot. See ya.
Bye.